Hi, I'm Madeline Gleave, and I'm the Chief Data Scientist at Nithio. At Nithio, we're using AI and innovative financing structures to look at and solve for why climate finance isn't reaching one of the groups that need it the most, households in Africa. There's been good and needed momentum recently in pushing forward with climate finance, but it's not very equitable. Africa only receives 3% of climate finance funding, and it's easy to see why. 90% of it goes towards reducing carbon emissions, which is of critical importance, but Africa only produces 2% of global CO2. And yet the impacts of climate change for African communities and households are severe and have already been happening for decades. And we know that if things don't change, they're projected to get much worse in the near future. Financing for clean energy and climate adaptation solutions is key. Nithio is dedicated to helping finance that sustainable and equitable energy transition for everyone. Resilience to climate change starts at the household level, and there are technologies like solar home systems that can be a solution, but only if they reach the people that need them. Solar home systems jumpstart energy access, but the industry isn't growing fast enough to reach everyone. Nithio sees two key bottlenecks. First, there's no scalable financing infrastructure to effectively channel capital to the companies that are distributing and selling these systems. And second, it's really hard for them to understand household credit risk for remote, off-grid customers in a standardized way, to know what the ability to pay is for financed pay-as-you-go solar systems. Nithio solves both of these bottlenecks. First, we help investors and distributors better understand consumer and portfolio risk with our risk analytics engine, which uses standardized predictive repayment models built on data from over 6 million household solar loans, merged with granular geospatial data layers to build a fuller profile. This includes indicators of energy demand, ability to pay, and climate vulnerability. The risk analytics engine then powers the Nithio FI, a scalable investment platform that blends capital to match the right type of financing to the right energy providers and ultimately end user households. This is the Nithio Portfolio Portal. The portal is how we make our predictive risk analytics engine accessible and useful for investment decision making. We use it both in our own lending and for other energy access and climate investors we partner with. The portal is a dashboard that connects directly to the data of companies that are offering asset financing and helps investors in those companies better understand the historical and future performance of that portfolio. Within the portal, we include various industry standard KPIs like collection rate or portfolio at risk, which match up to the standard due diligence framework that many investors use. But more important and unique to Nithio is looking at the underlying repayment risk of end user households. The repayment trajectories show, from a predictive standpoint, how quickly we expect a given customer to pay back their loan. So fast repayers are going to pay back their entire loan by the end of their contract term. Moderate repayers might only repay 50 or 60% by the end of their contract term. And this gets the unique nature of pay-as-you-go. This feeds into the forecast cash flows and the advance rate calculator. This tool is interactive with different parameters for things like discount rate or different filters for types of products to include, and helps investors better understand and structure their investments. Cashflows forecast helps understand the potential discrepancy between what is contracted to come in and what is actually likely to come in. And our prediction model tracks this very closely. The investment monitoring function is also important. It helps reduce the risk of default by ensuring that covenants are being met while also reducing the reporting burden because this data is being pulled in real time. Finally, we have the Impact tab, which tracks the specific social, environmental, and economic impacts of investments. Because we work with account level data that's augmented by geospatial, community, and environmental data, we can break impact down for different types of end users, as well as different types of energy access based on their energy consumption. Climate impact is central to our work, and we can demonstrate the current and future CO2 offsets from clean energy products. We are also working to incorporate new metrics on climate vulnerability, adaptation, and resiliency to show the full life cycle that these investments can have. Thanks for listening. Check out our website, nithio.com, for more information on our impact, partnerships, and the risk analytics engine.